Hello, hello, 1 2 3 4, mic check. Hello. To all of those who are present here, it's just a kind request that put your mobiles on silent mode. Hello, 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 good morning. Hello,
are on the way, so please be quiet. Participants. Hello? It's audible? Dignitaries are on the way, so please maintain silence. Namaste, good morning, and a warm welcome to all. Respected dignitaries, esteemed speakers, honored guests, and dear participants, both present here and those who joined us online. It is with immense joy and honor that I, Dr. Srilata Shetty, welcome you all to the National Conference Panchatattva 2025, Unveiling Panchamahabhuta in Ayurveda, Nutrition and Yoga. A well-known quote in Ayurveda states, Sarvam Dravyam Panchabotikam Asmin Arthe. This fundamental principle of Ayurveda highlights that everything in the universe, including the human body, is composed of 5 basic elements, Panchamahabhuta, that is Prithvi, Ap, Teja, Vayu and Akasha. Today, we embark on a journey to explore these fundamental principles that govern life itself, that form the very essence of our existence. This conference is not just an academic gathering, but a confluence of knowledge, experience and insights that will help us deepen our understanding of Ayurveda, nutrition and yoga through this profound philosophy. To commence this auspicious occasion, we shall begin with the lighting of the lamp, symbolizing the illumination of wisdom and the dispelling of ignorance. I now request dignitaries on the dais to light the lamp. I also request dignitaries to offer a garland to statue of Bal Gangadhar Tilak, a visionary leader who championed the spirit of Swaraj and inspired the revival of our great ancient sciences. Now, we shall invoke divine blessings through the Dhanvantari Stavan, seeking the grace of Lord Dhanvantari, the divine healer, for a fruitful and enlightening conference. Now I request Dr. Amrita Mangule to lead the Dhanvantari Stavan.
शङ्खं चक्रं जलौकां दधतमृतघटं चारुदोर्भिश्चतुर्भिः सूक्ष्मस्वच्छादिरुत्यान् शुकपैविलसन् मौलिमं भोजनेत्रं कालाम्भोदोज्ज्वलाङ्गं कटितटविलसश्चारुपीताम्बराढ्यम् वन्दे धन्वन्तरिं तं निखिलगदवन् प्रौढदावाग्निलीलम्
Thank you, Dr. Amrita. I now invite Dr. Manojra Joshi, head of the department, to deliver the welcome speech.
Thanks, Srilata. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth, Gitali Madam, Registrar, Sathe Madam, Secretary Khadilkar Sir, Dean of the Faculty, Dr. Prashant Suru Sir, all my colleagues, friends, students and all participants who have joined physically and by YouTube Live virtually, I welcome all of you on behalf of Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth, Department of Ayurveda and Yoga. Welcome in this Panchatattva 25, that is the Tadvidya Sambhasha, जो हम आयुर्वेद में कहते हैं. Welcome for this National Conference of Panchatattva 2025. I will take this opportunity to share some contribution of the Ayurveda department in the field of academics and research. As you all know, Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth has a legacy of the 103 years, and so the Department of Ayurveda. Main motto of the department was Ayurveda for all, and hence department is working in propagation of Ayurveda in all the strata of the society, in all the people of the society, through various academics and research activities. In the academics, department is running the PhD in Ayurveda, post-graduation courses in nutrition, Bharatiya Ahara Shastra, clinical nutrition and yoga. Also, department is focus area of the department is the fundamental research, and I am very glad to share that department has completed the 7 research project which is funded by Government of India, and 5 national international project which is funded by various national international universities and various bodies, academic bodies. So this is the fundamental research is the main focus area, and so Panchamahabhuta Siddhanta is the one of the fundamental Siddhanta in the Ayurveda. So with the BOS and all the other bodies decided to take this particular topic as a conference topic, national conference topic for this particular session. In the field of the research, from the last 30 years, Department of Ayurveda is conducting the outcome-based quality research, in which Triskanda Kosha is a mammoth project which contribute 13 books, around 50,000 pages of the Sanskrit, written in Sanskrit. It's a collection of the Brihat Trayi, that is the Hetu, Linga and Aushada. And now, after 2017, department has digitalized all these 13 books from the Sanskrit to the English, and now they are available in single click, all the students, academicians and also to the practitioners. So this is the great achievement and the research work done by the Department of Ayurveda in last 30 years and this current year. Also, department has translated many more authentic Ayurvedic books from the various languages to the English languages, and now they are available globally for all the people of the Ayurveda scholars, all the practitioners in the world. Also, during the pandemic, as you all know, nutrition is the core area, Bharatiya Ahar Shastra is the core area of the department. Department has developed the 4 innovative recipes from the Bhojan Kutulam and Kshem Kutulam, which are very much essential and very much useful for the enhancing the immunity, like to combat the diseases like the COVID infection and other infection. And they are, we have proved laboratory tests, by laboratory tests we have proved their efficacy in enhancing the immunity in various aspects. So this is, and of course with the help of the CCRAs, Government of India, we have conducted these much projects. Without taking the two name, I think this introduction and this is all work of the department is incomplete. Guruvarya Dr. S.P. Sardeshmukh sir, who has been the Dean of the Faculty of the Ayurveda, and his support and his direction has given us a lot in this particular aspect. Also, Dr. Abhijit Doshi sir, who has been the Dean, and he has done 14 years he was in this particular as a dean of the particular department, and through his able guidance, department has achieved very much height in the field of research and in the field of academics also. So these two are the stalwarts in the Ayurveda, and their continuous support has bring us to up to this point. Also, I want to say my sincere gratitude and sincere thanks to our Chancellor sir, Dr. Tilak sir. He is not present now, but his continuous support. He is like a head of our family, and whatever we have done is with his support we have achieved all these things. And I am very happy to share that the same legacy is continues as the Vice Chancellor Ritani Madam, because she is also the supporting system and supporting force to the department. कल की ही बात है, अभी जब पूरे रजिस्ट्रेशन जो है वो बियॉन्ड जा रहे थे, वो बहुत बढ़ रहे थे, and immediately we go to her and she immediately decided to go to YouTube live and immediately make all the arrangements and help us a lot to make such type of conference to be held. So thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to, I would request our Dean, Dr. Suru sir, to felicitate Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am, and thank you so much for all your support. Administrative arrangement is a very crucial part in arrangement of such type of national conferences, and this is not possible without the Registrar Madam and Secretary sir. I request my colleague Srilata Shetty to felicitate Registrar Madam, Dr. Satya Madam, and Khadikar sir. I also request Srilata ma'am to please felicitate our Dean, Dr. Prashant Sood. Thank you so much. Now we will start with the academic session. Next in the conference there will be the academic session. Stalwarts of the Ayurveda, Sunu sir will speak in regarding the Panchamahabhuta as his special core expert areas, and Dr. Nikita Sharma madam will be online presenting us from Delhi, All India Institute of Ayurveda. Then we have 6 parallel sessions of the paper presentation. Very glad to share that we have received 70 quality research papers, 8 faculty, 51 Ayurveda students, 6 yoga students and 16 nutritional students are going to participate or going to present the paper in this particular conference. All there are the 12 sessions here. I welcome them all, which will head after the 2:30 after second session. So I will welcome all the session chairs also. They are either physically or present online from all over India. Some are from Punjab, some are from Gujarat. From all over India, they will be chairing the sessions. So thank you all of you, and I congratulate all of you as you are the part of this particular conference, which is the core area or the core subject is the Panchatattva or the Panchamahabhuta, which is the very core or fundamental subject of the Ayurveda. So welcome you all, welcome all the physical who are physically present and all the virtually present participants. Thank you so much. Now I request Gurumai to share, to introduce our Vice Chancellor madam.
Good morning, everyone. So it is with great pleasure that I introduce our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Gitali Tilak ma'am, the Vice Chancellor of Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth, Pune. Dr. Tilak is not just a distinguished academic leader, but also a descendant of one of the India's most iconic freedom fighters, Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Her lineage is a testament to her deep-rooted commitment to the values and principles that have shaped our nation. Dr. Gitali Tilak's academic journey is marked by a relentless pursuit of knowledge and excellence. She has earned 2 doctoral degrees, one in journalism and another in management, a Doctor of Literature in Management, an MBA and a Master's degree in journalism, all from Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth, Pune. Her academic foundation began with her Bachelor of Computer Science from Pune University. Her career at TMB is a story of remarkable growth and leadership. Starting as a professor, her innovative approach to education and dedication to advancing curriculum standards propelled her to the positions of department head, dean, and ultimately the Vice Chancellor of Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth, Pune. Her leadership is characterized by its futuristic, innovative, and enterprising nature, driving TMB to new heights of academic achievement. Dr. Gitali Tilak's expertise spans across management and journalism with a focus on administration, academic excellence, strategic planning, team building, and leadership development. She is also a strong advocate for skill development, fostering innovation and entrepreneurship among her students. Her contributions to education and research have been recognized with numerous awards, including the World Education Congress Award and the Preeminent Academician National Award. She has also received international accolades for her outstanding achievements in education. Dr. Gitali Tilak's leadership is marked by her adaptability, audacity, and approachability. She is a visionary leader who is not only shaping the future of education but also carrying forward the legacy of her ancestors. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Gitali Tilak ma'am, a true luminary in the field of higher education, as she shares her insights and experiences with her today. Welcome, ma'am.
distinguished guests, eminent scholars, faculty members, students and dear participants, a very warm welcome to all of you for this National Conference on Panchatattva 2025 organized by the Department of Ayurveda and Yoga at Tilak, Maharashtra Vidyapeeth. As Dr. Manoja already mentioned that this department exists since inception, that is 103 years, from 103 years back. It has really attained new heights because in research it started from there, but continuing and maintaining the standard is a very important part, because running an institution for 103 years is not a joke, and then maintaining the quality, taking it to new, like facing all the challenges which are now there in the according to the new education policy, and then again taking it to a new height is a total challenge, and that I'm happy that the department is progressing in a good way, both in nutrition as well as Ayurveda and also yoga. So talking about Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth, it's not just an institution, it is a symbol of national education, a vision deeply embedded in its foundation by Lokmanya Balagangadhar Tilak, a towering freedom fighter, social reformer, and an ardent advocate of self-reliance and indigenous knowledge systems. Lokmanya Tilak firmly believed that education must be rooted in our old cultural wisdom, empowering individuals to build a strong, self-sufficient society. His philosophy is encapsulated in the powerful words of Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. Extends beyond political independence. It embodies intellectual and cultural autonomy. Ayurveda, yoga, and traditional Indian sciences form an integral part of this vision. By studying and promoting these disciplines, we uphold his belief that India's ancient wisdom holds the key to modern challenges. More than a century ago, Tilak envisioned the importance of Indian knowledge systems, emphasizing the need to integrate India's indigenous wisdom, sciences, and traditions into the mainstream education and national development. Today, after 100 years, now the government of India has taken this step, and according to this new education policy, now IKS, that is the Indian knowledge system, has been incorporated in our curriculum. The Panchamahabhuta, earth, water, fire, air, and ether, form the foundation of Ayurveda, yoga, and holistic health sciences. These five fundamental elements govern not just the physical body but also the balance of nature, the universe, and human well-being. Ayurveda and yoga are deeply rooted in these principles, offering a time-tested approach to health, longevity, and wellness. Lokmanya Tilak was not only a political leader but also a visionary who understood the importance of scientific research and public health. During the plague epidemic in 1889 in the Bombay province, he took the initiative to set up the Imperial Bacteriological Laboratory in Pune, which later paved the way for the growth of microbiology in India. Maybe you may not be aware of this, but Tilak took this initiative and we had this first lab in Pune. His efforts reflected his belief that scientific advancements should align with the indigenous wisdom to benefit society. Tilak firmly believed that Ayurveda should be revived, researched, and modernized as it is health solutions for various health challenges. Today, this belief is more relevant than ever as Ayurveda gains global recognition for its holistic approach to healing. As a heritage institution inspired by Tilak's ideology, Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth remains dedicated to promoting research, innovation, and international collaborations in Ayurveda and Yoga and other traditional sciences. Our partnerships with Yoga Sanskritam University, USA, and leading Thai research centers are paving the way for yoga-based solutions for chemotherapy side effects in cancer patients. Such initiatives bridge the gap between the ancient knowledge and modern scientific research, furthering our mission to make Ayurveda and Yoga globally relevant. This conference is not just an academic event, it is a movement to revive, reimagine, and reinforce India's rich scientific heritage. With the participation of renowned academicians, researchers, and practitioners, we have the opportunity to exchange insights on holistic health and wellness, discuss innovative approaches to integrating traditional sciences with modern healthcare, and contribute to the global discourse on Ayurveda and Yoga. As we embark on this journey of exploration and enlightenment, let us remember the words of Lokmanya Tilak that the seeds of knowledge once sown will never die. This conference is one such seed that we are sowing today, and its impact will resonate into future of healthcare, wellness and holistic living. I extend my heartfelt welcome to all the eminent speakers, researchers and participants for their invaluable contributions, and I congratulate the Department of Ayurveda and Yoga for organizing this meaningful event and wish all the presenters a great success. May this conference inspire new ideas, fruitful collaborations and groundbreaking research. With this, I declare the conference on Panchatattva 2025 to open. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring and thought-provoking address. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to all our esteemed guests for gracing the inaugural session with their presence. Your support and encouragement have added immense value to this event. We truly appreciate your time and contribution in making this gathering meaningful and inspiring. I request the dignitaries on the dais to take their seat in front of the stage as we'll be beginning with the guest lecture. Our first lecture will be delivered by Dean Dr. Prashant Suru sir. I now invite Ms. Mrunmayee Dikshit to introduce Prashant Suru sir.
Dr. Prashant Anand Suru, a distinguished figure in Ayurvedic medicine, has been a dedicated practitioner and educator since 1987. His expertise lies in Panchamahabhuta Chikitsa, a specialized Ayurvedic treatment approach. Dr. Suru has shared his knowledge and practice across the globe, consulting and teaching in Pune, Mumbai, Sangli, Mauritius, various European countries, the USA, UAE and Kenya. He is a global tutor for Ayurveda propagations and education over the last 30 years. He has delivered numerous lectures in various national and international conferences, symposia, workshops, webinars and seminars. His extensive contributions to the field have been recognized with prestigious awards such as the Maha-Ayurved Bhushan in 2019 from the Ayush Department, Government of India, and the Ayurved Bhushan title in 2009 from the European Ayurveda Academy, Italy. Currently, he is the respected Dean and the PhD Guide at the Department of Ayurveda and Yoga, Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth, Pune. I'd now like to invite Dr. Prashant Suru sir, who will be sharing their insights on the clinical approaches to Panchamahabhuta Siddhanta. Over to you, sir. To those who are joining us online, we would like you to wait for a few minutes until we make the arrangements for the lecture. The lecture will start shortly.
मग माझा लॅपटॉप फक्त मला इथे दिला तर मला नेक्स्ट सांगता येईल. कारण जर टाइम परमिट केलं नाही तर मी स्लाइड्स हे करणार. ओके छान. Yes. You can have a seat just to make a next. Next. ये क्या था? Okay, this is fine. May I start now? Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Next slide, please. Yeah, thank you. No, my Guru Bhratrai Ratna, Vaidyanaraj Atmaram Vaman Data Shastri, who is supposed to be the pioneer of Panchabhutika Chikitsa. He mentioned about Abhyasat Prapyate Drushti, and we call it Mama Hrudayi Sadguru. He said at my heart and for all of us. Right, next please. It is just a beginning that importance of Panchamahabhuta Siddhanta and Panchabhutik Chikitsa. Vaidyanaraj Data Shastri established Panchabhutik Chikitsa. So I am going to talk about Panchamahabhut Siddhanta and Panchabhutika Chikitsa, its importance, the Ayurvedic tradition. It's a part and parcel of Ayurveda only, and some clinical as well. My sincere gratitude to the organizers, Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth, the Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor, the Head of the Department, Dr. Manoja Joshi, and all of you for allowing me and to have an opportunity to pay my homage to my Guru, Bhratrai Shastri, Vaidyanaraj Data Shastri, who is supposed to be the legal pioneer of this Panchabhutik Chikitsa. Next please. Panchabhutika Chikitsa, we all are aware, this Panchatattva, Panchamahabhutas, and the treatment part or the Chikitsa based upon Panchamahabhutas. It is based on the Ayurvedic basic principles. The first and the foremost, the fundamental and the basic of Panchamahabhuta axiom, the Panchatattva. The various explanations have been given for hetus, lingas and aushadas. Next please. The word mentioned over here. Next please. Yeah. Navajvara Chikitsa. What is the relation between this Navajvara Chikitsa for Panchamahabhuta Siddhanta and Panchabhutika Chikitsa? I will explain. See, Vaidyanaraj Data Shastri. Next please. Yes. Data Shastri started his own practice. He learned Panchabhutika Chikitsa not as a separate, but he learned Sushrut, Samhita and all other things. And at his own practice, at certain time, he felt Navajvara Chikitsa, the treatment is said to be Langanam Svedanam Kalo Yavagu Tiktako Rasaha. Then he was musing upon why Tiktarkaras only, why not all others? Because to pacify, Kashaya, Lavana can be helpful, or Katurasa can be helpful. Why Tiktarasa? And on musing he found that Panchamahabhuta is only present in Tiktarasa, and in Navajvara Chikitsa it is said that obstruction or ama is to be digested, the Tikta Rasa which contains Panchamahabhuta, the only rasa, and then he started musing. Then we can get some solutions from Panchamahabhutas. And he started his practice, this Panchabhautik Chikitsa. Next please. You can give all these. See, these are the Siddhantas which Panchabhautik Chikitsa rely upon. First is Loka Purush Samya Siddhanta. I won't read them, you can get it. Ayurveda is based upon tripod, as we know: Ahara, Brahmacharya, Nidra. Along with that, three doshas are explained: Vata, Pitta, Kapha. The basic principles: cause and effect, Karana Karya Dravyas, Swabhava Paramavad, Kshanabhangurvad from Buddhas, it has been taken. Nothing is permanent, it changes every now and then, and according to that, the climate, the variations, the desha, kala, bala, vaya, and all other things, they are changing. So according to that, at 5 different continents, the basic principle won't change. To remain with the same basic principle, Panchabhautik Chikitsa can be practiced at all over the world, globally or anywhere in the world. Dravya Guna Karma Samanya Vishesh Samavaya, many of us are well aware of this. These are the basic things from Ayurveda. Samanya Vishesha Siddhanta, as it is in nature, is in our body. Dravya acts according to its rasa, virya, vipaka and prabhava. Next please. See, as it is in nature, yavantau loke, tavantau dehe. Whatever the nature has, it offers the same to the body, and the human body is microcosm of the macrocosm. So whatever the changes in climate, weather, food and whatever it may be will reflect on our body. You can see that. Next slide please. So Loka Purush Samya Siddhanta is a base of this. Panchamahabhuta Sharira, what the treatment is given to the living human being, and living human being means Panchamahabhuta Sharira Samavaya Purusha, where 5 gross elements, we all are aware of that: Akash, Vayu, Tej, Jala and Prithvi, along with the Chetana. Chetanadhishthana Bhuta is the part where we treat our Sharir, our body, our total organism and everything. Panchabhutatmake Dehe. It is nourished with Panchabhautika Ahara, because the whole, as Sarvam Dravyam Panchabhautikam Asmin Arthe, as we said. So our body is also nourished with Panchamahabhutas, formed with Panchamahabhutas. So to them we need Panchabhautika Chikitsa. So Panchabhutatmake Dehe Ahara Panchabhautika. So the Chikitsa is also Panchabhautiki. There is a strong support given by Sushrutacharya. He says, Bhutebhyo hi param yasman nasti chinta chikitsite. We learn normally Vata, Pitta and Kapha are responsible for the body and the changes. When the balance of Tridoshas are there, Tridosha Samyam Arogata and Tridosha Vaishamyam is Vyadhi. According to Ayurveda, Panchamahabhuta Samyam Arogata, and Panchamahabhuta balance, if it is lost, then we get diseases. I'll let you know how it is. Next please. Yes. Another one. Yeah. Our body is resembled, as you can see, the uppermost part, even in the world. Akasha is omnipresent, Sarvavyapi, permanent. It is Vibhu, omnipresent, and that's how it allows everything to happen within. Next is Vayu, Vayu is responsible for all the movements and actions. Teja, the transformation and digestion and changes of everything. The fire power between. The Apa, which gives Snigdha, the anxiousness, the required oleation and binding material, and Prithvi gives the strength, stability, grossness and all other things. If you resemble with the body, the upper part is Akasha and Vayu, the lower part is more of Apa and Prithvi. If you see Teja and Apa, two different Mahabhutas having different qualities, attributes, they resemble for Pitta, and two different things are responsible for Pitta. Normally when we say Pitta, it is Ushna and Tikshna, the hot and the sharp. But along with that, the Sara and Drava, the fluidity, the fluency, the flow, along with the liquid form, along with that anxiousness of Snigdha Guna of Pitta, it is formed due to Apa and Teja. With this picture you can say, if Vata is movement, then when Prithvi and Apa are there, why it is along with Vata? Because that natural tendency to balancing our center, whatever the center part of the body, to balance everything, maximum actions, involuntary actions like cardiac activity or respiratory and brain and all, we need maximum movements, and to give some nourishment to that, the kapha dosha is situated in the upper part as a nourishing one, the lubricant one. And if ever the kapha is at the lower part of the body, then we will not have movements of our leg and other things. And center of that, naturally it is balanced, that kapha is situated on the upper part of the body to balance that non-stop involuntary action and giving nourishment for that dryness which is expected. To avoid that, kapha is situated in the upper part. The pitta, the transformation, the fulcrum, the balancing is in between, and as we see that vata dosha balances Prithvi and Apa, and the lower down or giving that gravitational force to the body and movement to the body. Next please. I won't go in detail of that. Basic Vyadhi Samprapti, according to Ayurveda, it is very simply mentioned. Panchamahabhuta diagnosis is very easy to make. Yatra Sangha Kha Vaigunyat Vyadhi Tatropa Jayate. Kha is Akasha, emptiness, which allows everything to happen within. The human being is supposed to be Srotomayam Hi Purusha. We are full of the emptiness. Every cell is Panchabhautik. Every cell has its own vacuole. It has its cytoplasm, the fluid, that is Jala. We have the nucleus which has that mitochondria for transformation and power of energy within, and which allows everything. The cell wall, which is Prithvi Mahabhuta resembling, giving strength and structure to the cell. And that's how our cell, which makes one's organ, and organs make different srotasas, and different srotasas make us as a one human. So Srotomayam Hi Purusha. So that's how the balance between Kha, the emptiness, is mentioned. See, very simple thing which I can explain you. Kha is Akasha. We seek Sukha for everything. The proper Kha is to be maintained forever. Whenever the traffic jam is there, the channel is blocked, then the accidents are happening. So to avoid Sukha, that imbalance between Akasha is important. See, Atma, as we know, Atma Gun are mentioned. The first thing, we know Sukha. What is Sukha Kara? Anukula Vedaniyam Sukham, which is good. The channels are flowing, nothing is obstructed, no blocks, no problem. When it is something which is obstructing that channel, is Dukkha. Pratikula Vedaniyam Dukkham. The Ichha, the willingness to get Sukha, and to avoid sukha, dukkha, that is dvesha, ichha, dvesh, sukha, dukkha, we have two other qualities said to be Atmagun. One is buddhi. Buddhi gives us sukhakara kai, dukkhakara kai, which is sukha, which is dukkha. And to get sukha is ichha, to avoid dukkha is dvesh, and according to that, the prayatna, the force, the action, the movements given by Atman is said to be Atmagunas. So these six Atmagunas are explained according to Ayurveda and Yoga as well. So Sukha Dukkha, why me? For what I am? That is the quest, that who am I? Why I am? And how I am? And how I can retain my peace of mind and get moksha in yoga. So next piece, so yatra sangha kha vaigunyat vadhi tatropajayate. Who will block it? Who will get accumulated? Who will disturb it? It is only all other four elements, and they are, you can just flip them again. See, Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jala and Prithvi. Even in Srishti, in the womb, our birth takes place in the emptiness of Garbhashaya. It is an empty uterus where one cell of ovum and a sperm comes together. They both form one cell. It is divided because of Vayu. It is divided and further transformed in a form of energy by Teja. It is nourished, supplied by nutrients, and then the structure forms, and that's how the womb is converted into the fetus and later into the human being. So that direction is always from Akasha to Vayu to Agni to Jala and Prithvi. And at the end of our age, Sharira is said to be the Shiryate Tat Shariram, which always decaying, decreasing, is said to be the Sharira. And when we say Sharira, Sharira means which includes Atma, Mana and Indriyas along with these Panchamahabhutas. So that is how when dissolvement starts, first thing goes is Prithvi. Decaying or emancipication of the body starts first. Water absorbs the earth qualities. Water can get absorbed or digested or dried by Teja. Teja decreases or deploys because of Vayu Mahabhuta, and all these four elements remain into the Akasha as a pacifying things. Say though what we say, if somebody is dead, we say he has been dissolved into Panchatattvas. So everything starts from Panchamahabhuta and ends at Panchamahabhuta. So when a small seed is available of any plant can convert a big tree, and big trees in numbers, and the end point of the tree is a seed. So that cycle is completed, and that's how this Akasha starts. Even if you see in natural growth of a baby, it is the first thing which he starts. If a new baby has born, checking his normal indriyas, the sense organs, the first thing he listens the sound. Then the next quality of Vayu, Sparsha, he follows mother's touch. Then he follows the colors and the light and the vision. The Rupa Dravya is later. Gradually it grows. Then he gets the test. When we give Balkadu, the Guti, in first few months, he will have it without any problem. But once the test is developed, he will throw it from his own test accordingly. And sweet, if he is liking, he will just ask for sweet only. Like that, Madhura Kamata. Gradually, he gets the smell, and according to that, and in aging, normally the first thing we lose is the Gandha of Prithvi, the odor. At the aging process, then we don't get the proper test, then we cannot see properly, then we don't have the movements, we lose our movements, and the last thing, that the hearing is lost. So according to the decaying is also like this in the nature. Next please. Panchabhutik Chikitsa can be divided into three parts. How we can do that? The first thing, Nidana, the diagnosis, depends upon. See, Ayurvedic doctors, I am saying doctors, Vaidyas, are said to be the Kaya Chikitsaka. Why Kaya Chikitsaka? One more. Yeah. The Kaya Chikitsa, Kaya Nama Agnehe. So we treat Agni first. So on the one side we have in between five elements. The two, Akasha and Vayu, are emancification. They are apatarpana. They have lighter, which we cannot see, but we can follow them by our sense organs. In Jnaneshwari, Jnaneshwar Maharaj has said, "Tene karane mi bole na, boli arupa se रूप दाविन, atindriya paribhogavina indriyan karavi." So those two elements like earth and water, we can see them, we can feel them. Teja, yes, we can see Rupa is there, and from there onwards the Rupa is over. But Akasha and Vayu are not visible, but we can feel them. You can listen me. You can just feel the cold wave, breeze, and that gives you the exact feeling of the presence of these elements, isn't it? But these five elements are more important in body. To balance them, and their proportion is most important. Permutations and combinations of these Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu and Akash will balance our Sharira. So Panchamahabhuta Vikara or Dushti can cause disease. As I said, Yatra Sangha Kha Vaigunyat Vyadhi Tatropajayate. Whatever the disease is, it is only because of the blocking of the channel. If it is normal, which allows everything to happen within, then the flow is normal and we say, I am swastha. Okay? Gases, discomfort, indigestion, burning, churning, movements, everything is because of obstruction of Vayu, Akasha. Next please. History is taken. So I mentioned about that Darshana, Sparshana and Prashna. So Darshana is to have a look to the patient. Sparshana, palpate it, percate it, get the sounds, and Prashna, asking patient the history of the present disease first. Here, that Vartamana Vyadhi, what is your present complaint? These are signs and symptoms which are either told by patient or the doctor can see them and ask them why, when, where, how, since how long, everything. So according to that, the duration, the signs and symptoms, severity, everything is counted, and according to that the diagnosis is made. Next is most important, history of previous diseases. Next please. Purva Vyadhi Vritta, a patient complaining something else. I had a patient, she was around about 62 years old. She got her menopause in a proper way, proper age, but at the age of 62, she got again the bleeding started, and that was unexpected, unexplored, and doctors got sonography and all other things, and they could not see any particular cause that dysfunctional uterine bleeding is present. At the age of 62, they were suspecting cancer only. Obviously, there must be the reason behind unexpected bleeding is a cause of cancer probably. So they tried in all the ways and tests were negative, explaining. So according to the history of previous disease to that lady, she suffered a lot thrice in last 12 years with what we call as a Visarpa and Kamala. All the diseases regarding the Ksharadharmi, hotness, heat in the body, and Teja was Viguna, and that excessive heat created the bleeding, and to pacifying that heat was the answer, and she was relieved without any operation. So that is how the history of previous diseases are required to be known. Jwara, Kamala, Romantika, Shitala, Masurika, many other. These previous diseases are responsible as a Karana Dravya. Vyadhe upari yo vyadhir bhavati uttara kalajaha. So upadravaha. So sometimes symptoms are there due to the upadrava of the previous disease. So one has to keep it in mind while diagnosing. We are Kaya Chikitsak, Kaya Nama Agne. We try to balance Agni into the body, to balance Prithvi Apa on one side and Akasha Vayu on the one side. So we treat Agni and hence we are called as Kaya Chikitsaka. Next please. There are a few, you can just click them. See, Nidana Sevana, the etiological factors depend upon what? Ahara, Vihara, Vyasana, the addictions of that particular patient, we can say. A major history is to be taken. One has to take detailed history for that. Some disorders, as we know, are because of the genetically or from the family hereditary disorders. Then Kulaja Ityas is there, then Rasaja, Kulaja, Aharaja. There are many, 7 factors has to be considered, and considering these, then you can come to some conclusion and then the diagnosis is made. There is no need to diagnose and give name to the disease. Once you know the pathogenesis between and behind that, you can treat that according to the Panchamahabhuta. Whichever is deployed has to be increased, which is excess into the body has to be thrown away. That is the basic treatment. Samaha palayitavyaha. We have to balance and keep that balance. Which is low into the body has to be supplied. If somebody has low B12, supplement of B12 is given. Low calcium, supply it. If excess, stop that. Strong and give something that excess amount will go through the body. Has to be excreted. So according to that, Samapalayitava, Kshina Vruddhaitavya, or Bruhan is required, and when excess is there, it has to be thrown away. If somebody is suffering from heavy hypertensive nature and headache is there, the immediate result can be obtained by taking blood out. Bloodletting, Rakta Mokshan is a line of treatment. The hypervolumic shock can be reduced. So this is basic, making Akasha proper. Excess water content can cause obstruction. Seasonal effects, Garbha Dharana is important. In which period the Garbha was formed, in which climate, in which area, in which desh. The same date, for example, say today is 22nd of February. Somebody is born in Pune, somebody is born in US, somebody is born in some other country. The Prakruti will change according to the Desha, Kala, Rutu and all other things. So Garbha Dharana period, and at the time of birth, if somebody is premature, you have to go 7 months, if it is 7-month baby. If he is 9 months, go 9 months back and then start musing how his Prakruti has formed. शुक्र शोणित संयोग जब भी होता है तब प्रकृति तय हो गई. And whatever the mother has taken into the light will create its effect onto the baby as well. Hetu, Rupa, relation is more important. Yes, it is correct. Samprapti, according to the Panchamahabhutic subtle changes, is to be measured. We do consider the whatever the attributes, that earth quality is strong, stable, giving grossness, sthira, sthula, these qualities are to be considered. Akasha is emptiness, lagutva, sukshmatva, prakashakatva, like that. Jala has snigdhata, binding nature, cooling effect, which flows, which takes out, but it has no individual direction. It flows in the direction where the gravity is. Earth has the gravity going down. The natural gravity is Gurutva Akarshana, and that Gurutva, Ghanatva, Sthuratva, Sthiratva, all these qualities are from Prithvi. Teja has Pachana, giving strength, the heat, the hot, strength, sharp, like these qualities. And according to that changes, you can check which qualities are responsible for Panchabhautic vitiation. Next please. You can take all. Next please. These are the things which I explained you. Next slide please. Panchabhautika Chikitsa believes on Panchakarma. If you see, Pancha is very pious word in Ayurveda. Panchamahabhuta, Panchatattva, Panchendriya, Jnanendriya, Panchakarmendriya, Dashama, thus, and the 11th one is the mind, which is joining them together or taking the knowledge from one part. Atma manasa sanyujute manaha indriyena indriyaha vishayena tatadjnanam. The process of knowledge is taking from one object to your brain, through brain to the Atman, and then coming down via buddhi. Don't forget, you have to cross ahankara, the ego. If ego comes in between, you won't get the proper knowledge and proper decision as well. So do not forget ahankara between. So every now and then the indriyas are working at the simultaneously. Man is one, anutvam, ekatvam cha, but movement, manasi takile mage gatisi tulana nase. The maximum movement is of mind. Mana vadaya vadaya. It is like said to me. So the purification of the body is more important. Instead of panchakarma, purification is given. In Panchabhautik Chikitsa, we do believe on the Sukshma Shodhana. Instead of giving panchakarmas, panchakarma you can see, Vamana is on the direction of upper side. Emit says, it is only because of the fire power. Only fire has the direction going up. Even if you light one simple match or matches, the direction will be on the upper side. And whenever you want to offer something to the god, it is given through Agni, Yajna. That is the only thing which takes up to the Lord. And water which dissolves everything, which will take it, disintegration is easy with the water. So whatever you give as an arghya, that there is a dip, holy dip in water, not in fire. And whenever you are offering something, before doing any Agni karma, you have to do Ghruta, the snigdha, things to that. The first ahuti is given with Agni, but Agni has been enlightened with the ghee. Purification of organs are important. The bharan poshan utsarjan, the intake, the maintenance of the body, what we are is not what we eat. There is a difference between modern medicine and Ayurveda. Modern medicine says you are what you eat. Yes, it is correct, but that is incomplete. The completion is only for the nutritions. You can say, as what Ayurveda says, you are what you digest. What you eat is a different, but if it is not digested, it is useless. So to get your useful nutrition, assimilation is important. Annam grunnati, pachati, vivechayati, munchati, all these actions are important. Do not forget them. Bharan, poshan and utsarjan, the excretion is also important. Throw away which is not needed and which is really toxic to your body, as what we call as an ama or unwanted stools, urine, sweat. These are the malas. So Panchamahabhutas are responsible for 3 doshas. They are responsible for Sapta Dhatus. They are responsible for 3 malas. You can describe them according to the base of Panchamahabhutas, and hence Sushrutacharya says Panchabhuta bhutebhyo param yasman nasti chinta chikitsite. Our organs, if you pacify them, if you can satisfy them, you can nutriate them according to the need. That is more important. To balance the Panchamahabhuta is the line of treatment according to the Panchabhautik Chikitsa. Do's and don'ts. Next please. Yes. These needs, according to the Panchabhautik needs, next, particular vyadhi, avastha, bala of patient, the strength, how he can tolerate. If somebody is fit for Panchakarma, he needs Vamana or Virechana or Basti, but if age is not in his favor, then in that condition, Panchabhautik Chikitsa is useful as we do the Sukshma Shodhana. Sukshma is a quality of Akasha, and to keep that Akasha proper, you cannot create Akasha, you cannot decrease Akasha because it is either assimilated, either obstructed, or water is into that, fire is more, and the disease is different, changes. I will give you the example. So considering all these natures of Vyadhi, Panchabhutik Chikitsa is important. Shatkriya Kals are explained. Next please. In Panchabhutik Chikitsa, Chaya is the first, where Prithvi, Jala, Vayu, vitiation is important. Prakopa, from one place to other place it moves. Vyadhi is because of Chaya. Prakopa, Prakopa is Tejo Guna, it moves from one direction to other. Prasara, it gives secondary effects, metastatic changes or secondaries and flowing one samprapti to other part of the body. Organs are vitiated, and that is how metastatic changes we can see in cancer also. So it is because of Vayu Vigunata. Sthana Samshraya is an assimilation of unwanted things according to the organs, where obstruction of Akasha, of that Ashaya, is observed. Vyakti and Bheda, these are the things, Vyadhi Vishesh and Vikalpata, which Mahabhuta, with which quality it is vitiated. For example, only if I say Vayu is Viguna, but with Chala Guna, the movements will be high, and Kampa Vata will be the disease. If the movement is lost, it is not proper, obstructed, or due to some pressure, the movements are not proper, then it is restricted. Frozen shoulder is different than the Kampa Vata, though the vitiation of Vayu is observed in both. One is called as Margavarodhajanya and another one is said to be Dhatukshayajanya. So one has to keep it in mind. The vitiated quality of that particular Mahabhuta is also considered in Panchabhutik Chikitsa. Next please. When we call Shodhana is to be given, is very important. There are 5 ways to bring doshas into the koshtha, and then we can throw them away. Vruddhi, Abhishanda, Pak. Next is said to be koshtha Vayu Nigraha, and the last is Srotomukha Vishodhana. Aren't there 5 Mahabhutas representing their qualities? So to bring doshas from koshtha, from shakha to koshtha is Panchabhutik. Panchakarmas, the upward direction Vaman is of Teja. Basti gives stability with Prithvi Mahabhuta. Virechana with the water content. Nasya, the Vayu giving all the directions, and the emptiness. We don't create emptiness. If somebody wants to change his home, he can just take out his whatever the things into that 4 wall is taken out, and then empty house is there. You are not moving your house. You are taking out unwanted things. So this is what we are doing in our body as well. Next please. See, Mahabhuta predominance, the treatment is also given according to Panchabhutika. The basic treatment part starts with the Panchakalpas. It is called as you must be well aware, Panchavidha Kashaya Kalpana. Hima, Fanta, Kwatha, Swarasa and Kalka. I won't read, you can read them. But they are Panchabhutik in nature. Predominance. See, it is not that one Mahabhuta is responsible for all. There are always mixing of Panchabhutika. All 5 gross elements are together, but the permutation and combination with the predominance of one, we call that Parthiva, we call it Apya, we call it Taijasa, we call it Vayaviya or Akashiya. I'll give you example. When we talk about Panchabhutik Chikitsa, the selection of drug, next please, depends upon Panchabhutik qualities. When Prameha, there are 20 types of Prameha, out of which one is called as Madhumeha. So other 19 are also there. Prameha has described according to the text that Bahudrava Shleshma Dosha Visheshaha. Not only Shleshma, not only Kapha, because there are 20 types, out of 10 are of predominance of Kapha, 6 are of Pitta and 4 are of Vata, out of which basically water contents are more. Polyuria is a symptom where water content is excess, and to throw that, urination is frequent. Polyuria is a symptom. Bahumutrata is a symptom for prameha, and that is how to get rid of that. We don't ask patient to drink more water. Rice, not only because of its glycemic index is too high, but the rice as a paddy starts from water, remains in water, grows in water, cooked in water, eat along with water, and that's why it increases water content into the body. And hence, if you roast rice, dry rice, and what we call as a roasting, bharjana, and then if you cook it, then the glycemic index will come down. You can use in your diet. So allowing your patients to have rice, if you have an option to roast it, Agni Kriya is important to reduce the water content. That is how we do. Dried fruits last long for some time, but the weight thing, the water content, will get spoiled earlier. I'll explain it later. So these are the things. Panchakarmas are also Panchabhautik. To bringing doshas into the kosha is Panchabhautik. The Agni concept, next please. You can see that there are few pictures to be taken. These are some organs are important. According to Vaidyanatha Datar Shastri, Datar Shastri got Bruhatrayi Ratna. He was awarded the Bruhatrayi, means all these three major texts of our manuscripts, Charak Sushruta Vak, but he was great visionary prophet accordingly, and he mentioned Agni Samstha, to balance between all, is very important, and it can be explained only. You cannot measure your body's Agni. You can measure your temperature. You cannot measure your digestive power. In calories, if we say, if I give you one small pill full of 2400 calories, if you swallow one tablet per day, you will get whatever the calories needed. Is it okay to satisfy my digestion? Can it satisfy my hunger? Can it satisfy my thirst? No, my thirstiness, my hunger depends upon the quantity as well as the quality of the food what we eat. Which food to be taken in the morning, in what content, in what proportion, everything depends upon the Panchabhautik way. Senior doctors, allopathic doctors I can say, Dr. H.V. Sardesai was very fond to say, Sadhavaran Tuk Meat Bhat is supposed to be, and Limbu along with, has all the required things in our food, and that is the best food to be given, which contains carbohydrates, which contains proteins, which contains fats, which contains vitamins, which contains minerals, and all other things as well. So all the 6 rasas as well. Shad rasa. One has told me that bhel is the best 6 rasas. Can I have it every day? So that depends upon the Agni, and that is very important. These organs represent, Koshtangas are important to be checked for every Panchabhautik Vaidya. I can explain next please. What we treat, we eat the food, we have the medicine, and we do exercise as well. Parts used of the herb. See, Sarvam Dravyam Panchabhautikam Asmin Arthe. To satisfy our body, we have Panchamahabhutik Ahara as well. So, roots, stem, skin, bark of the tree, gum, tender nodes, everything has its own quality. The roots are undergoing, giving gravity, and are strong, giving strength to the tree, and they are predominantly of Prithvi Mahabhuta. The flowers, colorful, different shapes, different looks, are Teja Mahabhuta Pradhana. The fruits, the pulp, the water content, xylem phloem are representing water contents, and Jala Mahabhuta. Like that, the empty columnar roots going down the direction of banyan tree can give the look of varicose veins, and you can utilize them for that to give strength. Where the sthirata, the stability has lost, and sthulata is increased, and exactly that banyan columnar roots look like your diseased varicose veins. So you can utilize that oil for external application to give the strength. So whatever we eat, for many times we get patients nowadays, students who are playing, doing some games or athlete or like that, they complain about the calf muscle pains. Muscular tone is lost. Muscle tone is not proper at the age, and then patient is supplied along with the proteins to give enrichment which they cannot digest. The dose is improper with excess amount of protein powders. They are suffering a lot. Why not to give them dry date and a powder of it which is hard in nature? If the plain date which is soft and which is very warm, which may create agni harsh, so why to avoid that? Because whenever you have to eat date, you have to take lots of ghee. If you don't take, you will get some sour thread, soreness and all other things. So better to have earth quality, the stability with ground dry date, which is a powder, or we can use gum, what we normally do, dinkaladu, or we can roast our normal wheat flour. We can make laddus of them and nourish them and give strength to these babies or the boys and girls who are playing for long. We can have whatever available in nature, makhanas. You can have kamalkanda which grow in water and give strength and stability as well as cooling effect to the body, which won't increase warmness. Because of excessive exertion, you may get excessive heat into the body. So to avoid these things, though in your nutrients, in your food, you can include these things. Seeds, basmas, oils, I cannot go in details, but underground stems like potatoes, sweet potatoes, they have these qualities within. The basic innovative and unique concepts of Ayurveda, Panchabhutik Chikitsa are Aushadha Nirman, the production of medicine along with the Panchabhutik way, the pharmaceutical aspects depending upon the Panchamahabhutas. Or obviously the dose of Aushadhi Matra, it should be Aushadhi Matra, it is not Ahariya Matra. Aushadh is to be given in a Aushadha dose. In a medicinal dose is different than the food. Let my food become my medicine, not my medicine become my diet. That has to be done, and that one has to keep in mind while treating your patients. So changes according to these Panchabhuta. See, normally it is said, we normally call for the food and we make them to eat proper way, Saukash Hodya. Are we praising them to have Saukash? No. We tell them, Sa Avakash, keep some emptiness within your stomach to get it churned in a proper way. Otherwise it will come out like a mixer. If it is empty, it will a dry run. So it should not be empty, it should not be full of food. How much food is to be taken? I can talk on one point for 3 hours. Like how much one has to eat, what to eat, when to eat, which has to be started first, whether sweet to be started or the sweet is to the last dish like desserts. The first one to satisfy your hunger is the sweetness is the first, and that was the custom according to the IKS, Indian knowledge system. We serve, we give food according to that, and we start our food according to the Ayurvedic basic principles of Panchamahabhutas. Start with the earth, so you will get satisfied with the less amount of food. No need to eat too much. Even if you have your food, sometimes later you feel, I must have something sweet. So that is not an ideal thing. What and how? I can deliver that lecture later. Next is Anupana. Along with what vehicle you are taking this medicine and where it has to be reached. The same medicine is given before meals and giving after meals will have different effect. If, for example, on the platform number 5 at Pune station, Deccan Queen leaves 7:15 to Mumbai as a express, and at 8:15 on the same platform, Pune Mirror's passenger leaves in another direction. If you miss the time, you are going to miss the place, speed, and all other benefits. So, difference in your time will affect on your body. If you do a study in a proper way before exam is useful. If you study it later, better luck next time. Isn't it? So if you have to study it at in a proper time. That is how medicines are to be given in a proper time. For example, before lunch, before dinner is a time for apana vayu vyadhis, and after lunch is for vyana, and after dinner it is supposed to be the udana vayu karya. So that direction is also to be kept in mind. And Vaidya Data Shastri has established another times which are not much described in Ayurvedic text as typical Pitta Kala, to give some medicine at particular Pitta timing. The day starts with 6 a.m. morning, 6 to 10 is predominant of Kapha, 10 to 2 is Pitta, 2 to 6 is of Vata dominance, like that in the evening as well. So that's how at mid time, when sun is there to help you, that fire power natural, Bhagwan, Jatharagni Bhagwan is at its peak. At that time, if you feed yourself, that is the proper time to have your proper assimilation, proper nourishment, and then you will have healthy life. If you at midnight 12, sun is not going to help you for your digestion. Moon won't help you for digestion. It will take your water content more and make you pee at night frequently. Next slide, please. I'll give you some examples of drugs. You can see them in nature and you can get how they look, from where they come, and their production is important. Akashiya, Vamshalochana, bamboos, Katuka is a Picorsia kuroa, Abhraka Bhasma. See, Abhraka Bhasma is useful. It is found in earth but having qualities of Panchamahabhuta. And when we use a Shrunga Bhasma, which is an Akashiya growth but having earth quality more, strength, stability, and that's how it is useful for osteoporotic conditions as well. Chandana, Ushira, Yavasa are predominant. I am giving some examples just to follow them. Vayaviya, Taijasa, hot. If you hold garlic for a longer time, if you hold green chilies in your hand for 15 minutes, you will get that feel that it is hot in nature. Isn't it? Kumari, Kamala, Kalinda, all these are of Apya Mahabhutas available in the water contents. Parthiva, Shunti, which has a peculiar smell, Padmakashta, Jatamausi, where smell, the specific Gandha is a quality of Prithvi Mahabhuta. Next please. Nada Pariksha is an important test for diagnosis in Panchabhutic Chikitsa. And Agni Pariksha can be observed because the sound, we know in the cosmos, when this world is evolved, I am sorry to say, but this cosmic egg is evolved, started with the first sound waves which come from sun. Any other galaxy, it may differ at each place. Any other galaxy, it may differ at each place, but the basic principles won't change. So Nada, sound. So Nada, sound is the first wave. Nowadays we can have digital way of ultrasound, is an external sound wave which can observed and which is present in, it is called as Bhutantara Pravesha Krita Guna. The sound comes in Akasha, sound even in breezy and windy, we can make the difference of Vayu as well. We can feel that sound of fire, we can feel flowing water and its sound, we can have sound in earth. So all five gross elements, Panchamahabhutas, have sound within. So the sound test is supposed to be the best and the simplest way, and that is how Vidyapeeth Shastri started his examination of fire or Agni Pariksha and observation of the physical fitness of any of the patient or healthy man as well, swastha, with the percussion, palpation, asking question, darshan, sparshana, prashna, and with Nada Pariksha, he did Shabda Pariksha. If I just percate, this is a different sound, and if I do with something, that difference is only because of the thickness of the wood. If it is in our body, we can get different percussions, and with that we should come to some conclusion that this particular sound is resembling like earth. This is resembling like, if somebody has water into the body, ascites, then the fluid thrill is there. If movements of Vayu is not proper, peristaltic movements are lost or slowed down, sluggish peristalsis, the movement will be different. Excess, what we call adhamana, atopa, the gaseous distension, fluid and gas are different, though it looks like full of it. Fetus is different. If somebody is pregnant, the size of belly will be different, but that same belly might have fluid, might have say fecal matter, and might have some distension within. So to differ that, you have to take the sound test, and that is how Vidyapeeth Shastri established his unique examination method. I'll just get next. I'll just give some glimpse or just important features. Agni Parikshan, Buddhendriya Vichar, Adhvashosh, and Amlakshara Siddhanta. This is very peculiar, Amlakshara Siddhanta, which is very important nowadays. You must be aware that all Western world is now looking for acid food, alkaline food, and getting this pH value maintenance of the body, 7.5 and all other things. I'll give you one example. Next, please. If the composition of Panchamahabhutas differ, the Vyadhi will different. Dosha and Dusha are mixed with, it is called as Dosha Dusha Samuchana, called as Samprapti. This mixture is a cause of disease. If the Ap Mahabhuta is vitiated in a more content, followed by Prithvi and Tej, we get Prameha. If the same Dosha Dusha Samurchana compounds are same, but the proportion is different, where earth quality is more vitiated, you will get skin disorders. And if the firepower is more, Agni is more, the same patient may get turned into the Visarpa. So the proportion of that Mahabhuta is also important to check. The similar Dosha Dusha Samurchana, similar Dosha Dusha Sangraha can cause different disorders. So that is how we can differentiate between disease and the condition. And to get rid of that, we need proper conduct examinations, and then we can give proper medications. Selection of drug will depend according to the severity of proportions. Amlakshara Siddhanta, given in Ayurveda, called as Ksharohi Ati Madhuryam Shigram Amlopa Samhita. Amla and Kshara, the titration, acid-base titration, everybody must be aware of this acid-base concept. Nowadays, in chemistry, we learn. And that is what Ayurveda has mentioned. It was explained in Madatyaya Chikitsa. Vidyapeeth Shastri applied Amlakshara. Next, please. In all, see, in Amla Dharmi Dravyas, I am saying Amla Dharmi Dravyas, they are not acidic only, but that means contents are more, they don't last long. They get spoiled earlier. If you keep roasted, some things will last longer than what you have. For example, green leafy vegetables will not stay longer, whereas the vegetables like gourd and others can remain as it is. Even for example, tomato won't stay more because it contains water more. Fruits, they will stay for 6 months, which cannot stay its own way for longer, will not nourish you for longer. Green leafy vegetables, within 2 days they become dry. If you keep tomato outside the fridge for 2 days, will you wish to have that next day? No. But nariyal, you can keep it for longer, though it contains water within. As it contains water within, that coconut water exactly resembles with the amniotic fluid of a female, and that's how it is used to balance. If it is preeclampsia, we say don't take water, coconut water, and if a lady has a problem with less oligoamnios, then we ask them to drink that water. So what is available in nature will give you strength as it is in nature, as it looks like, as it is grown on which field. Mango in Konkan is different than the mango in Vidarbha. Though it is a mango, the taste depends upon the soil, the seed and many other things and nutrients. So that is how we have to compare and select the drug. Kshara has stage more. Pachati amam. Undigested matters and toxins are digested by kshara. And that is how ksharas last longer. Kshar includes base, alkaline as well as salts as well. But they have tendency, some salts have hygroscopic nature, they absorb water, so at that end point jala is there, but they last for longer. If you dry that water, it will become again a normal thing, isn't it? In rainy season, when the salt is kept open, it gets wet, but if you keep it in tight container, it won't. So to avoid these things, one has to, if my body is containing GERD, gastrointestinal or just refluxes of esophagia, water contents are more, burbs and burning, then I have to avoid lavana rasa. Not lavana, taste is different than kshara. Are you following? Especially Vyadhi hetus are determined according to the Amlakshar, Ahar, Vihar. If I go more for say October heat may hit me more rather than in summer. Even in April it is better, but October heat hits more. Amlakshar Siddhanta is applied for selection of drugs for Samprapti Bhanga and Avastha of Dravya as well as Vyadhi. Whether it is in abscess is not yet fully ripened, you should not cut it. Unless and until it is fully ripened, then only the cut is taken, and then the drying of that wound will heal it in a proper way. If it became wet with secretions, whatever it may be, the healing won't be proper. So Jala won't allow it to heal. To heal it proper way, the proper fire, proper earth qualities are to be maintained. That drying is also important. That is how Amlakshar Siddhanta, I won't go in detail for Dravya Shodhana, but I will explain. Preparation of medicines depend, next please. Preparation of medicines and combinations depend on Amla and Kshar combinations to balancing them within. Even in when we are cooking something, at the same time, if by chance a pinch of salt is more in your vegetables, what we do? We give a little lemon drops along with it, or we put potato to get absorb that salt. So that is how what we are doing, Samanya Vishesha treatment for our food as well. For example, acidic food, which is, for example, I can give you here in modern way as well, I can say tomato soup, worldwide famous. If it is sour in taste, we put a salt or we put black pepper powder so that I won't get that burning and acidic nature of it. If something is very hot, a Mexican chili, we pour a little vinegar which is acidic in nature to make it assimilable to my body. So we are trying to bring all these amla and kshara at balancing level, making madhuri bhavan. Ksharohi ati madhuriyam. that madhurata is required to the body, which are our natural instincts to have, and that is how somebody may like very hot, somebody may like only sweets, can't go with the heat, but heat is also required into the body. Then we ask them to take ardraka swarasa with lemon juice to enhance our food secretions and enzymes, fluid, and stimulate our taste buds as well. So all things are depending upon Amlakshara Siddhanta in our body. When we talk about the preparation of our medicines, it is a simple way told in Ayurvedic text. For next please. Purification methods for any metal. Nowadays allopathic doctors blame Ayurveda that you are using heavy metals. And when they are using that, zinc sulfate is used by them. We are also using zinc, but purified way. And to purify that, taile takre gawa mutre, yaranale kulat thaje is the order given. The first one, to wash it in a water way, clean externally, and to get purification, that inorganic matter converted to the organic level to assimilate to your body, we prepare all these bhasmas. And for that, first is oil, which is extremely useful to make that metal soft. Then we use takra, buttermilk, which is little acidic in nature, not strong acid, it's a weak acid. Then gavamutra, the gomutra, the cow's urine, is ksharadharmi. So first preparation, washing, then the oil, make it soft, so it will get disintegrated faster. Then we keep takra, gavamutra, next is yaranala, strong acidic, and then kulatha is a horse gram. The decoction of kulatha is strong alkaline. And so after that we prepare our bhasmas. So 5 processes are done, and then the purification method is given. So this combination is again acid base, acid base, acid base, titrate it, make it sweet, assimilable to the body, and then make the bhasma. So whatever the medicines prepared by Ayurveda, those are made with, for example, Suvarna bhasma, the nanoparticles are used by Ayurveda. So one should not get threatened by what they normally say, that Ayurvedic medicines will give you some side effects. Rather, vice versa. Formation of yogas depend upon, I won't go in detail of this combination, yeah. They are Amlakshar combinations. This is more important for all Ayurvedic interest people. But for the nutrients, nutritious, and all other things, I won't go in detail of this. I will go further. I'll show you next slide please. That there are 4 types. Amla dharmi dravyas, kshara dharmi dravyas, ubhaya dharmi dravyas. There are few combinations which are working according to what they are going with. Ganga Gai, Gangadas, Jamna Gai, Jamnadas. The last one is Udasina. They are inert. Kiski bhi satta aa jao. हमें कोई फर्क नहीं है. We are there to help, or we won't do anything. मी मोर्चा नेला नाही, संपही केला नाही. Amlakshar dravyas, I will give you some examples. Next please. There are 5. Can you read them? Amalaki, Amra, Gandhak, Kokilaksha are Amladharmi dravyas, but of earth quality more. Followed by Draksha. Draksha is black raisins. Munakka, Darima is pomegranate. Jambira are Panchamahabhuta pradhan Amladharmi dravyas. Manjishtha, Vrukshamla, Amlika are Tejo pradhana Amladharmi dravyas. Amlavetas, Changeri, the leaves are used. And Punarnava, you must be heard about Punarnava. These leaves especially are acidic in nature but Vayaviya in quality. Dhataki Pushpa, which is used for the fermentation process in natural way. Chanakapatra, they are Akashiya dravyas of Amladharma. And Raupya is the Dhatu. Raupya is silver. Okay? Next is alkaline drugs. Next please. Next slide must be having same steps. First is Ksharadharmi dravyas of earth quality. Rasona is Lashun, garlic, followed by Arjun, Haritaki, Sariva, Maka, and panasa. Amba, mango I mentioned, is acidic in nature, earth quality. If you eat more mango, then if you get pain in abdomen, the jackfruit is given. And if you eat more jackfruit and having pain in abdomen, the mango juice is supposed to be taken as an antidote. So see the resemblance, and what available is in nature is useful for our body. Musta is nagarmotha. Kushmanda, dhanyaka is the coriander seeds. Kumari, they are water contents, ksharadharmi dravyas. There are ushna viryatmak dravyas in amla dharma as well as in ksharadharmi as well. So it is not hard and fast that all ushna dravyas are ksharadharmi and all amla dharmyas are cold in nature. Shunti, maricha, pippali, mundi are fire power, having agni more with them. Shigru is moringa. Nowadays it is very famous. Moringa leaves, moringa seeds, moringa kwath, moringa soup, whatnot. Kundu is a different Shitivar established, and Pushkarmul is an example of Vayaviya Ksharadharmi Dravyas. Katuka, Picorzia kuroa, Apamarga, Ushira is a khas, Vala especially. Akashiya Ksharadharmi Dravya, and Tamra is a copper which is useful as a digestive. That is why we drink our water from this. That was a tradition for IKS as well. Ubhayadharmi Dravyas are Yavasa, next please. Yava, Khadira, Haridra is supposed to be in both. The Parada, the mercury is supposed to be Ubhayadharmi, and hence Ayurveda uses mercury and Gandhaka. Gandhaka is an acidic one, combination of Kajjali for preparation and preservation of medicines for longing, last longing. Udasin Dravyas are there, next please. They are Swarna Gairika, Chandan, Jata Mausi, Yashti Madhu, Laksha, and the best thing to improve your immunity along with Suvarna, the gold preparations. See one different thing. Amalaki is, you must be well aware of Amla. Chinsa, tamarinds, they are acidic in nature, but we prepare kshar of it. Bhallataka, are you aware of that marking that even Nambuka and Haridra, many of the vegetables we prepare achar, pickles of it, with acidic in nature. Sarivadyasav and Bhallataka are ksharadharmi, but we prepare asava so that they won't harm you into the body. So converting acid to kshara and converting kshara to acid is well-known process in Ayurveda in Panchamabhuta way. So that is how we balance our food and diet for maintaining our health, because our ultimate aim is to keep swastha. Next please. Agni Samstha, I know this is another 5 minutes or 10 minutes which I have. How much time I have? Yes, I will try to minimize my lecture. Agni Samstha is very important. I won't go in detail. I have mentioned them. These are the organs, 15 Koshtanga, 15 Koshtangas were mentioned in Ayurveda. They are very important. The basic thing of Panchamabhuta Chikitsa, simplest way to do, next please. Listen music, Shabda, likewise sound will give you pleasant, hash, quarrels and what not. If you go to Sansad, you won't like to listen. If you go to the concert, you will feel that I will remain in peace with this sound. So listening, proper music, sounds, these waves which will give you sukha is good for akasha quality. And chats with your friends, share your thoughts, shake hands, the touch. A baby, the crying baby will get stopped with the simple touch of his like, either mother or the near one to whom giving oil massage, oleation. This touch is important of Vayu Chikitsa, Sparsha Chikitsa, so that tapping to a patient with your hand and saying, don't worry, it will get cured. That will help your patient to get cured. So that is called as touch therapy. The third one, meet loved ones, visit scenic places, see proper things. Do not see shabby things. One simple story I will tell you once. One patient of mine went to whatever the holy place it is. He said, how dirty it was. I said, you went to see the God or to do the darshan. Have you done that? He said, yes, I did. Then why you said that you saw something wrong? You didn't go to that place to see how dirty it is. That dirt you can see it in Pune as well. No need to go to some place. So when you are going somewhere to see something, you seek something, just see which is pleasant for your body. Eat food of your like tastes, which is good for your body, to keep your body healthy with care. Environmental area, if your room is with a good fragrance, with some positive, say dhoops, sticks, fresh flowers, smelling like mogra and all other things, जूही, बाकी जो फूल होते हैं उसका इसकी खुशबू आपको मन प्रसन्न करती है. सुगंधिम पुष्टिवर्धनम, isn't it? So get them. So gandha, shabda sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha will elevate your healthiness. Your mind will be peaceful. Mana karare prasanna. Once your mind is full of happiness and positivity, you won't get illness. The last but not the least, fresh, clean and mild color clothing is very important. In sun, you should not wear black. Was taught in our school. In sun, I say. Here in room, it is okay. Because many of them started seeing their own. Madam, I won't take these slides. I have prepared them. There are many slides about describing Yakrut, Pliha, Vrukka and all other organs and their line of treatment according to the Panchamahabhuta Chikitsa. Can I come directly to the last few? You can come, instead of display, you can come directly to the last few. I can give delivered lectures on every slide for 3 hours. Last two, after describing Vrukka, Yakrut, Pliha and Fufus, Hruday, Garbhashay, can you come to last two? Another, go down. It will be slide number 75. Okay? Panchamahabhuta Chikitsa has much more to offer. It is multifaceted. It is instant, result orientation with research orientation. It is application of basic principles of Ayurveda, basic principles, fundamental siddhantas, axioms. It contains and its drugs are easily available all over the world, easily available at any place of the world. So we can perform this Panchamahabhuta concept even with no medicine, only food is possible, lower cost, economic, as well as it is good for patients because it is available amply at your own land where I stay. Our land produces and supplies us the best possible to keep your body healthy. So that is how easy to learn, easy to apply. If you use these basic concepts of Panchamahabhuta Chikitsa in your life, it can be used at all the 5 continents which I have tried for. So I request you to follow them. See, Vaidya Jata Shastri spent round about 67 years of his life in Ayurveda, and when we asked him, he said, now I can see that big ocean in front of me of Ayurveda, and now I am just standing at the coastal part. I have spent just 45 years in Ayurveda to learn this, which I cannot show you Niagara is flowing like anything. Like Ganga is flowing from Gangotri to Ganga Sagar. But I cannot explain Ganga, what is Ganga, how pure it is, and what it contains with handful of my water. But I offer that handful of water to Ganga itself. That is how. Whereas Data Shastri, when he said that I am just reaching to the bank of that river or bank of the, at the seashore now I am standing. So we are standing far behind. It may take another life of mine to learn a lot from Panchamahabhuta Chikitsa. I am practicing it. Start practice it. Use it. Think on those bases of the basic principles. If ever I want to eat something, from where it has come. Maharashtra strawberry is different than some strawberry nearby here. The taste will be different and the quality will be different. Like that. So start, the available fruit over that particular area is useful for that particular area's food. We depend upon that. Really, as I mentioned that Ganga is flowing, I cannot explain everything with this small presentation. I say small for more than 1.5 hours. Really, but it is a very small presentation for me to explain Panchamahabhuta Chikitsa. My sincere, next please. Big thank you to you all for patient listening, sincere prayers, best wishes in future, and Panchatattvas. Let all our pure air remain us. Let pure air gives us healthy breathing. Let the fire power in the world gives proper fire, digestive power for digestion, assimilation and conversion of energy from one form to another in our body. Let the water to satisfy you, fulfill your lives of your thirsts, whatever in mind, and let the earth give you healthy Vasundhara, healthy life, stable life, and structure your lifespan in a healthy way. I pray Almighty and thank you again. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Sorry to bother you all. Can I take this out?
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights on practical application of Panchamahabhuta. As sir told, it is not what we are, what we eat. We are what we digest. I think, as he told, like Ayurveda itself is an ocean, and in that ocean, Panchamahabhuta is another ocean, maybe Atlantic and Indian Ocean. So, still, sir has, with his stipulated time, he has managed to give at least basic information of Panchamahabhuta. Now I invite Dr. Manoja Joshi to hand over the memento to Dr. Prashant Suru sir as a token of appreciation. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Our second lecture is actually from Dr. Nikita Sharma. We will have a short break for 5 to 10 minutes and then we will join again. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. Am I visible? Is there anybody? Am I visible?
We'll start with the second lecture, guest lecture. Our second guest lecture is by Dr. Nikita Sharma. I now invite Ms. Mrunmayee Dixit to introduce Dr. Nikita Sharma.
I am greatly honored to introduce Dr. Nikita Sharma, a distinguished Ayurveda authority who has made substantial contributions to the field. She has completed her BAMS from National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur, and MD in Ayurveda Samhita and Siddhanta, all from All India Institute of Ayurveda, New Delhi. Further solidifying her expertise with a doctorate in Ayurveda Samhita and Siddhanta from All India Institute of Ayurveda, New Delhi. She is presently employed at the All India Institute of Ayurveda as an assistant professor. She has 11 publications and has attended over 90 conferences, seminars, CMEs and workshops. She has also given a number of keynote addresses at prestigious national and international conferences, including the AIIMS Rishikesh and the Embassy of India in Cairo, Egypt. She has also received numerous awards, including the Best Paper Presentation Award at the World Ayurveda Congress in 2022 and the Best Research Award at Swasthya 2023 in Nepal. She is also a noted author, having written several books and articles on Ayurveda. Her work has not only contributed to the existing body of knowledge in Ayurveda, but has also paved the way for new research and advancements in the field. She has given keynote addresses at several national and international conferences. She is also a member of several professional organizations, including the All India Ayurvedic Congress and the Ayurveda Medical Association of India. It is with great anticipation that we look forward to listen to her insights on her topic, fundamental concepts of Panchamahabhuta in Ayurveda, as she brings a wealth of knowledge and a unique perspective to our conference. Over to you, Dr. Nikita ma'am.
Thank you very much. Very good afternoon to all. So at the outset, I first of all want to express my sincere gratitude to the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor Ma'am, Registrar Sir, Dean Sir, PhD Ma'am, and all the organizers of this seminar of Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth for giving me this opportunity. And I am really very happy and very much delighted to be a part of the seminar. So after being sincerely referred to Professor Vedya sir, today I will be speaking on the fundamental concepts of Panchamahabhutas in Ayurveda. It is a very foundational and extremely important theory, which not only Ayurveda believes, but it is also being accepted in all the Indian philosophies unanimously. So it is a service of all the Siddhant which have been led very thoroughly in Ayurveda. So meanwhile I share my PPT. Just give 2 minutes. Is it visible? Are the slides visible? Now one doubt arises: what is the difference between Bhuta and Mahabhuta? Are both of them the same thing? No, Bhuta and Mahabhutas are not the same thing. Bhuta, when they are present in the Avyakt Avastha, and when they get manifested, they are known as Mahabhuta. The same has been explained by Acharya. Sparsh, Roop, Ras, and Gandh, these are their Naisargik Gunas, as told by Acharya Charak. Acharya Charak has also told about the Sadhana Lakshanas of these Mahabhutas as Khar, Dravchal, Ushnotvam. So these Kharatva, Dravatva, Ushnatva, Chalatva, Apratiga, these are the Sadhana Lakshanas, or I should say these are the physical manifestations, or these are those manifestations which are being manifested on the Lakshanas of the Mahabhutas. So the karma of these Mahabhutas, these are manifested on the basis of these Lakshanas. Now, as I've explained, Panchamahabhuta as Karan and Karyadravya. So that's why I have written Panchbhuta, not as Panchamahabhuta, because Panchbhutas are Karan. In chapter number 11, Sutra Sthan, in Charak Samhita, Acharya Charak has explained about Khadinyatna Manhe Kalo Dishyasya Dravya Sangra Saindriyam Chetnam Dravyam Nirindriyam Achetnam. So here the 5 entities that he had mentioned, he is indicating about the 5 bhutas, that is the 5 bhuta which is present right from the beginning, which is on the Nitya Avastha, or which are the Karan form of the bhutas. In the later on, in Ashtanga Hridaya, Acharya Vagbhat have explained in Sutra Sthan chapter number 9 as Panchbhutatmakam Tattu Kshamam Adhishchaya Jayate Ambo Yonya Agni Pavan Nabhasam Samvayata Tanni Vritti Visheshasya Vyabdeshastu Bhuyasa. Now here they are talking about the Kalam Dravyas. All the living, all the non-living entities in this universe are made up of 5 Mahabhutas, and these 5 Mahabhutas, out of these 5 Mahabhutas, the Prithvi Mahabhut form the Adhishtan, the Jal Mahabhut form the Yoni, and the rest of the 3 Mahabhutas, along with the 2 Mahabhutas, that is the Agni, that is the Prithvi, and the Jala, they live in Samvaya Sambandh. Now, which Mahabhut will be predominant in which Dravya, it all depends on it is all being decided on the basis of the Vyabdeshastu Bhuyasa Nyaya. And the specificity and the discrimination of any Dravya is based on the configuration of these Mahabhutas. So in first shloka, they have talked about the Karan Dravya, Karan Bhut, and in this shloka by Acharya Vagbhat in Sutra Sthan chapter 9, they were talking about the Karan Mahabhutas. Now, like I've explained, the Mahabhutas, they always remain in 2 forms. The Nitya Avastha, that is the Avastha in which they act as a Karan Dravyas, and in the Anitya Avastha in which they will be either present in the Sharir Rupa, in the Indriya Rupa, and in the Vishaya Rupa. Now we will see how these Mahabhuta have been originated, or the Utpatti of these Mahabhutas. So very 2 concepts like Ekotar Vriddhi or Uttarottara Anupravesh and Anya Anupravesh have been explained in context of the Mahabhuta Utpatti. Now we will see how the Mahabhutas have been originated or evolved from the Panch Tanmatras. So this verse, it beautifully explains how Tanmatra either get evolved into Mahabhutas through the process of Ikotar Parivriddhi, or I should say the gradual sequential increase in the gunas. So the creation of Mahabhutas, it follows a very systematic transformation where each Tanmatra it give rise to a corresponding Mahabhuta while accumulating the additional gunas in a sequential manner. Like I should make it more clear. So this process it begins with the Akash Tanmatra or the Shabda Tanmatra, which get manifested into the Akash Mahabhut. Now possessing only the Shabda Gun. From Akash, the next element Vayu, it will be formed with an additional Sparsh Guna while still retaining Shabda. Then Vayu Tanmatra or Sparsh Tanmatra, it will lead to the formation of Vayu Mahabhut. Following this, Tej Tanmatra or Rupa Tanmatra, it will develop into the Tej Mahabhut, incorporating the Shabda, the Sparsh Guna of its predecessors and adding Roop as a new attribute. Next comes the Jal Tanmatra or the Ras Tanmatra that forms the Jal Mahabhut. It will possess the Shabda, the Sparsh, Roop Gun, and it will gain the Rasa Guna. Finally, Prithvi Tanmatra, that is the Gandha Tanmatra, it will get transformed into the Prithvi Mahabhut, carrying all the previous gunas and adding Gandh as its distinctive quality. So, in and all, at the last, this Prithvi Tanmatra, this Prithvi Mahabhut, which is a more grosser form, which is a more compact form, will have all the five gunas, that is Shabd, Sparsh, Roop, Ras, Gandh. The same have been explained by Acharya Sushruta also in chapter number 42 as Akash, Pavan, Dahan, Toya, Bhumishu, Yatha, Sankham, Ekotar, Parivriddha, Shabd, Sparsh, Roop, Ras, Gandha. Now, at this stage, all the five Mahabhutas from the Tanmatra have been evolved. Now, second comes the process of the Panchikaran. A very beautiful explanation has been given by Acharya Sushruta in Shariristhan regarding this Panchikaran Siddhant. However, this Siddhant has been primarily taken from the Vedanta Darshan, and there they have very beautifully explained how these five Mahabhutas they communicate with each other, they combine with each other, and then they give rise to n number of the Karya Dravyas. Now, first of all, we will see what is the Panchikaran Siddhant. Now, this Panchikaran Siddhant, it is a process by which the Mahabhutas so formed by the Ekotar Parivriddhi of the Tanmatra, they undergo specific procedures of conjugation, of combination to form the Panchabhautik Dravyas of the universe around us. So, this is a Panchikaran. So, it is a Panchikaran which is responsible for the manifestation of all the gunas of all Mahabhutas in the Dravya. Now, this Panchikaran or Anya Pravesh, as I said, have been explained in this verse. Anya Anupravishtani Sarvani Tani Nirdishit Svesve Dravyetu Sarvesham Vyaktam Lakshanam Ishyate. Like I've said, that this is a Panchikaran which is responsible for the manifestation of all the gunas of all the Mahabhutas in the Dravya. So, now that this process is taking place, it will be explained in three terms of conjugation, in three types of conjugation, I should say. So this conjugation, this Panchikaran will occur through three types. What are these three types? Paraspar Sansarga, Paraspar Anugrahat, Paraspar Anupraveshat, Sarveshu Sarvesham Sanidhyam Asti Utkarshat, Utkarsh Apkarshat Tu Grahanam. The same have been explained. This have been explained by Sushruta in Sutra San, chapter number 42, where they say that Paraspar Sansarga. Here, in this context, Acharya Dalan in his commentary have explained that we should understand Paraspar Sansarga as Anya Sanyuga. That is just a Sanyug. So in this process, what happens? The Mahabhutas, they just come in contact and they just simply get attached to each other to form the Panchbhautik Dravya. In this, they are just under the influence of a mutual kind of attraction towards each other. So in this type of configuration, all the participating Mahabhutas, they will maintain an independent manifestation. Like the bonds which are formed between these Mahabhutas, in this type of configuration, they are not much strong, so that they can be separated easily from each other. So we can compare this kind of bond to be somewhat like in hydrogen bond, in which there is just a kind of sanyog but no strong bonding between the Mahabhutas. Then another type of conjugation explained is Paraspar Anugrahat, where Acharya Dalan have mentioned that Paraspar Anugrahat is Anya Upkarat. Here Anugraha, we should understand, it means Upkar, that is being a kind of give and take kind of relationship, right? So it is basically to enhance the properties of each other and to maintain a more stable state. So in this type of configuration reaction, these Mahabhutas, what they do, they just act in such a way that they will favor each other. So they will exist in a synergism. So the Mahabhutas, they comes in very close contact to exchange some energy with each other so as to obtain more stability, and in this case the bonding will be comparatively more stronger as compared to the paraspar sansarga type. So we can correlate, or we can understand it, we can assume it to be similar like in ionic bonds, where the atoms, they just combine and exchange, then they exchange the extra electrons on the ions to get more stability. The third type of the conjugation is paraspar anupravesh. Here paraspar anupraveshat we should understand as the ekatmi bhavat. So what happens in this, the atoms of the Mahabhutas, they overlap with each other, or rather I should say that they enter into the orbits of each other to form a bond in such a way that they lost their individual identity and altogether they become one. So in this type of configuration, the Mahabhutas, they get submerged into each other. So the presence of the submerged Mahabhutas, it cannot be understood apparently, but in some processes or reactions, these Mahabhutas, these submerged Mahabhutas, they get visualized exhibiting its gunas. So it is more or less similar to a covalent type of bond where the atoms, they share electrons, and comparatively this is the strongest bond. So these are the different mode of arrangements of the Mahabhutas in a particular dravya, which affects the resultant guna and thereby and eventually its karma. For example, like we have 5 types of lavan, right? Though we have 5 types of lavan, their panchbhautik composition is also similar, jala and agni, but still we have variation in the properties and the actions. Why? This is due to the different configuration, the different arrangement of same Mahabhutas, which causes difference in their guna and karma. Okay, so in this slide, I have tried to explain the Panchikaran process in the Parthiv Dravya, though all the 5 Mahabhutas are present, but still the part of the Parthiv Mahabhut is predominantly much as compared to the other 4 Mahabhutas. The same goes with the Apya Dravya, Agneya Dravya, Vayavya Dravya, Akasha Dravya, and on the basis of the Vyapdeshas, Tubhuyasana, and on the basis of the predominance of the Mahabhutas, the nomenclature of so and so Dravya happens. Like in the Vayavya Dravya, there will be more predominance. Half part will be of the Vayu, and rest 4 part will be occupied by the rest 4 Mahabhutas. One more thing I want to add, that as we go from Akash till the Prithvi, the stronger bones, the grosser form, the compactness of the Mahabhutas increases. So we can infer from this point that through the process of the Mahabhutas, the stability in the Mahabhutas increases sequentially. Now we will see the influence of the Panchamahabhutas with the the relationship of the Panchamahabhutas with the 3 gunas. We have 3 gunas, Sattva, Raj and Tam. This has been explained by the Acharya Sushrut, that Tatra Sattvam Bahulam Akasham, Rajo Bahulo Vayu, Sattva Rajo Bahulo Agni, Sattva Tamo Bahula Ape, Tamo Bahula Prithvi. This indicates that the predominance of the 3 gunas, Sattva, Raj and Tam in the 5 Mahabhutas. Like Sattva Bahula will be Akash, Rajo Bahula will be Vayu. There will be predominance of the Sattva and Raja in Agni. There will be predominance of Sattva and Tam in Jala, and there will be predominance of Tamaguna in a Prithvi. So this slide shows a relationship of the Panchamahabhutas with the 3 gunas. The next slide shows a relationship of the Panchamahabhuta with the 3 doshas. This has been explained by Acharya Vagbhat in Sutristan of Ashtang Sangreh, chapter number 20. Vayu Akash Dhatubhyam, Vayu Agneyam, Pittam Ambha Prithvibhyam Shleshma. So this verse explains the relationship of Mahabhutas with the doshas. So even though the 3 doshas will have all the 5 Mahabhutas, but there is a predominance of 1 or 2 Mahabhutas in each dosha, and that gives them their specificity in the karmas. Like Vata dosha will have a predominance of Akash and Vayu, due to these qualities, the Vata will be responsible to cause the lightness, the movement, and the expansiveness. Secondly, the Pitta dosha will be having the predominance of the Agni Mahabhut. This Agni, it represents heat, transformation and metabolism, which are the primary functions of the Pitta. Third dosha is a Kapha dosha, which have a predominance of Prithvi and Jala. So due to these Mahabhutas, due to the predominance of these Mahabhutas, it provides this Kapha provides stability, the moisture and the structure, which are the key characteristic of Kapha. In the last column, you can also see the Mahabhutas which are responsible for pacifying the doshas. Agni, Prithvi and Jala for Vata, Prithvi, Jal and Vayu for Pitta, Vayu, Agni and Akasha for Kapha. So in simple term, each dosha is made up of specific Mahabhutas that define its nature and functions. There is a predominance of one or two Mahabhutas, and if in the body the condition appears when one or doshas they get aggravated, then there comes a concept of the Panchbhautik Chikitsa by applying or taking the use or using that Mahabhutas which have the property contrary to that dosha, we can use it in the treatment modality. Now, very important concept which I would like to highlight here is the relationship of the Panchamahabhuta and the Agni. So this slide, it explains the Bhutagni Vyapar, the Agni Vyapar. We all know that Agni have been considered as a reason of every kind of transformation or metabolism in the body. As said in the Chikitsa Sthan by Acharya Charak, in the Grihani Chikitsa Stha, Ayur Varno Balam Swastham Utsaho Upchayo Prabha भोजस तेजो अग्नः प्राणश्च उक्तदेहे अग्नि हेतु का शांति अग्नौ म्रियते युक्ति चिरम जीवन्ते आमय रोगी स्याद विकृते मूलम अग्नि तस्मानिरुच्यते. So Agni is considered as a mold of the sustainability of the sharir, of the deha. So in the corresponding verse, Acharya Charak have very beautifully explained about the entire Agni Vyapar sequentially, which you can see on the slide. In this verse, Bhaum में आपे अग्नि वायव्या पंचुष्माण स नाभसा पंचहर गुणान स्वान स्वान पार्थिवादीन पचन्ति ही यथा स्वम स्वम च पुष्णन्ति देहे द्रव्य गुणः पृथक् पार्थिवान एव शेषा शेषांश कृत्सनश्च. In this verse, Acharya Charak will explain the role of the Bhutagni. Specifically, the role of the Panch Bhutagni have been explained in this verse. Now, we will try to know how it happens, at what steps it happens. So firstly comes the role of the Jatragni. Jatragni, it is the prime Agni which initiates the primary digestion. It breaks down the food into its elemental form, from grosser form to more subtle form. After this, the function of the Bhutagni starts. These 5 Bhutagnis, they act on their respective 5 Mahabhutas in the food. That is the Prithvi, Aap, Tejas, Vayu and Akash. So once the food is processed by the Jatragni, it undergoes another stage of transformation through these 5 Bhutagnis, which corresponds to the 5 Mahabhutas. Right? So each Bhutagni will act on its respective Mahabhut portion of the digested food. Like Parthiv Agni, it will process the solid, the structural aspect of the food. The Api Agni, it will process the liquid portion of the food. The Tejas Agni, it will act on the Tejas, the part present in the food. The Vayavya Agni, it will work on the movement and the gaseous component of food. And the Nabhas Agni, it will act on the subtle and the space related aspect of the food. So सेवन किए गए आहार द्रव्य में जिस महाभूत का प्रीडोमिनेंस होगा उस महाभूत पे उसकी रिस्पेक्टिव अग्नि विल एक्ट ऑन इट टू ट्रांसफॉर्म इट इनटू अ मोर सटल एंड मोर assimilated form. So these Bhutagni, they do not create any new substance. They just refine these qualities of the respective elements. So this means that digestion is not about making something new, but about modifying and enhancing the existing properties of the food according to the body. Then third comes the function of the Dhattvagni. After Bhutagni have refined the nutrients, now the Dhattvagni, it further processes them to nourish the specific dhatus, because it has been very clearly explained that there is a predominance of one or the other Mahabhut in the respective 7 dhatus of the body as well. So these 7 type of the Dhattvagni, that is Rasa Dhattvagni, Raktagni, Masagni, Mendagni, Asthagni, then Majjagni, then this Shukragni, they will act on their respective dhatu, each corresponding to the respective dhatu. So it will ensure that the nutrients, whatever the ahar we have taken, whatever the food that we have taken, the nutrients out of from that, the respective nutrients will get absorbed from the food, and then it will be used to fulfill the requirement to nourish that particular dhatu. So this all happens in a sequential manner. First Jatragni, then Bhutagni, and then Dhatuvagni, and ultimately the subtlest form of the body will get nourished from the kind of the ahar that we are taking. Then in this slide, I have tried to show the relationship of the Mahabhut with the Shadarasa. Like Agni, like Dhatu, even the Shadarasa, Madhur, Amr, Lavan, Katu, Tita, Ashad, they are also made up of the 5 Mahabhutas. As you can see, there is a predominance of all 5 Mahabhutas are present in all the 6 ras, but there is comparatively the predominance of Prithvi and Jal Mahabhut in Madhur Rasa, Prithvi and Agni Mahabhut in Amla Rasa, Jala and Agni Mahabhut in Lavan Rasa, Vayu and Agni Mahabhut in Katu Rasa, Vayu and Akash in Tikta Rasa, and Prithvi and Vayu in Kashaya Rasa. So, here you can see that if we are consuming any ahar which have the predominance of these Mahabhut, if we are consuming any ahar which have a predominance of Madhur Rasa, then ultimately it will prakoop the Prithvi and Jal Mahabhut in the body. This Prithvi and Jal Mahabhut predominant dosha, that is the kapha dosh, will automatically get prakooped. So there is a kind of a sequence that is going on. Whatever the predominant Mahabhutatmak ahar we are taking, it will automatically nourish the corresponding Mahabhuta in our body. If it is taken in larger quantity, then it will automatically prakoop with the dosh which have the predominance of that corresponding Mahabhuta. The same goes with the prashman of the doshas also. Just a second. Doshas also. So the same goes with the Shamit doshas also. All you have to do is you have to just take the Mahabhutas which are having the properties contrary to the doshas in the body. There is a predominance of the Panchamahabhutas and Guna also. The same slide reflects the same. We have 20 Gunas, and these 20, there is a predominance of the respective Mahabhutas and Gunas also. Now, a very exhaustive and a very thorough literature is also available on the Panchbhautik predominance and the Dravyas. As you can see in the Parthiv Dravya, if we talk about the Parthiv Dravyas, we are referring to those substances that have a dominant presence of Prithvi Mahabhuta. So these Dravyas, they possess qualities like Guru, Sandra, Sthira, Kathin, Mand, Sthula and Khara. So these properties are closely linked to the Gandha Gunitvisya, and they are generally Madhur in ras with a slight presence of the Kashaya ras. Now, because of these properties, a Parthiv Dravya, they have the function, they manifest, their functions get manifested in the form of stability, heaviness, compactness and nourishment in the body. This means that they help in building and strengthening the body tissues. So, whenever we use any Parthiv Dravya, so any Dravya which have the predominance of the Parthiv Mahabhut, it will essentially work with the earth-like attributes. It will essentially bring strength, nourishment and structure to the body. Then, if we talk about the Jalya Dravya, that is the Dravyas which are having predominance of the Jal Mahabhut, we are referring to all those substances which have the quality of water. So these Dravyas are naturally Drava, Shita, Guru, Snigdha, Mand, Sandra, Sara, Stimit, Mridu and Pichil. So these are primarily associated with the Rasa Guna and mostly have a Madhur Rasa with some presence of the Kashaya, Aml and Lava Rasa. So because of these properties, a Jal dominant Dravya will play an important role in the lubrication, in the smoothing, in the moisture retention and binding in the body. So they also bring a sense of nourishment and comfort, that what we say is Haladan by maintaining hydration and the balance. Then there comes the Agneya Dravya. Let's talk about the Agni Dravya. Agni Dravya, these are those which are dominated by the Agni Mahabhuta. So just like Agni Mahabhuta, these substances, they carry the quality of heat, sharpness, lightness and transformation. They are naturally Ruksh, Tikshna, Ushna, Vishad, Sukshma and Laghu in nature. If you look at their taste profile, They primarily have a katuras with some presence of lavandas as well. So due to their Agneya property, these Dravya are known to perform important actions in the body. They are known to promote body heat, enhance glow and aura, and improve complexion, that is Varna Prakashan, digesting food, that is Pachan, and breaking down substances, that is Dharan. So you can see in the slides all the properties and the karmas, they have been explained unanimously by all the acharyas in the Brihatraya. Now we will see the Vayavya Dravya. These are those which are dominated by the Vayu Mahabhut. So just like the wind, these substances, they bring qualities of this dryness, Vishad, Laghu, Sukshma, Vikashi, Vyavai, Sheet and Khara in nature. If you look at the taste profile, they have a Kashaya ras with a slight presence of the Tikta ras. So if we talk about the function, these Ravyas are known to cause Roksha, Laguta, Vaishwadhya, Vichar and Glani. So in simple terms, these Vayavya Dravya, they can help in detoxification and reducing heaviness, but too much of them can also lead to weakness, instability and excessive dryness in the body as well. Last come the Akashiya Dravya. These are those which are dominated by the Akash Mahabhut. So these substances, they are known to bring a sense of this lightness. They are naturally Sukshma, Vishad, Laghu, Shlakshma, Vyavai and Ridu in nature. And the kind of the function that are associated with the Akashiya Dravya are, they are known to promote the softness, Mriduta, Sushirta and Laghuta. This means that they help in expanding spaces within the body, allowing this better circulation, absorption and movement. However, if they are consumed in excess, they can lead to instability, excessive hollowness and weakness as well. So in simple term, we can say that these all these Akashiya and Jaliya and Vayavya, Parthiv and Agneya Dravya, they form the basis of the Panchbhautik Ahar. And as we all know that Acharya Sushruta and in many places in the Ayurveda Samhita, that have been explained, the importance of the food have been explained. And Sushruta specifically, Acharya Sushruta have explained about Panchbhautik Ahar, where he have told about the Panchbhutatmaka Dehe Hi Ahar, Panchbhautike. Like the Panchbhautik Sharir, we have Panchbhautik Ahar. This Panchbhautik Ahar is responsible for nourishing the Panchbhautik Dehe. So this forms the basis of the Panchbhautik Ahar. Ayurveda have also always emphasized that, like I said, that the human body is made of 5 elements. So whatever the ahar we are consuming, it should also contain these 5 elements to ensure proper nourishment, balance and sustenance of life. Each of these Mahabhut, it contributes uniquely to body functions. Like Prithvi provides structure, Jal maintains fluid balance or hydration, Agni supports digestion, metabolism, transformation, Vayu, it governs any movement, and Akash, it facilitates any expansion and communication. So if any imbalance in these elements within the body occurs, we are able to fulfill it on the basis of the Panchbhautik Ahar to maintain the balance and to remove this disharmony affecting the overall health. So thus selecting a balanced diet with a balanced configuration of these Mahabhutas based on one's Prakriti or Ritu or the digestive capacity, we are able to maintain the Dhatu Samyata. So with this, I would like to conclude my talk, and once again I extend my heartfelt thanks to the organizers and especially the HOD ma'am, Professor Manoja Joshi ma'am, and of course to my guide, Professor Maheshwar sir, for providing me this opportunity and this esteemed platform. I hope you find the lecture fruitful and meaningful. So this is all from my end. Thank you once again. So meanwhile, if you have any doubts related to the topic, they are invited.
Thank you, Dr. Nikita, for your lecture on fundamental principles of Panchamahabhuta. Thank you very much. We'll have lunch break from 1:45 to 2:30. Lunch is arranged in P2 parking area in the same building. You have your coupon, lunch coupon in the kit which is provided in the morning after registration. So give the coupon and have the delicious lunch. And parallel scientific sessions will be going on. Offline session will be done in the same hall, seminar hall, fourth floor. Online session will be sending the link in the group, and then parallel scientific session will be conducted. Thank you. 2:30 exactly offline session will be starting in this particular hall. 2:30.